Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back in Time Zone. Appropriate greetings. Guess the Celeste demo wasn't that long after all, right? But hey. Oh yeah, if you're watching on Twitch and wondering what this might be my last stream on Twitch thing is about, yeah. Twitch is deleting all my old VODs, which I used as an archive, essentially. Now you're not only allowed to have 100 hours of VODs. I have 1600. So I've been moving all those over to YouTube. I've been, yeah. And I'm going to start treating YouTube as the main streaming platform. Which also allows me to do 4K streaming, which Twitch doesn't. So for anything I do in 4K like this, I'm currently very seriously considering streaming to YouTube only. Yeah, I might even do it with my no, not just the next, but the rest of the Dragon Age Origins streams. I haven't made that decision yet. It's kind of weird to do it mid-game, but on the other hand, I can't save the VODs on Twitch anyway. So, what gives? Anyway, this stream will still be on Twitch, and then we'll see. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to Orgrimmar.
This land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
Ah, shit. And now that I remember that I was going to Orzammar, I remember what I wanted to call the stream. Maybe I'll do. I have to do another stream in Orzammar, and then I can reuse that idea. Anyway, I have urgent need to talk to a king. Why have your people retreat like this? I have important business in Orzammar. I have urgent need to talk to a king.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
That's fun. I'm a Grey Warden. This treaty obliges Orzammar to aid me. A blight is coming. They must unite for Ferelden. The Grey Wardens need their traditional dwarven allies. I'm a Grey Warden. This treaty obliges Orzammar to aid me.
Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the royal seal. That means only the assembly is authorized to address it.
Haha.
Grey Warden, you may pass.
Haha. Fuck you. Haha.
In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
That's enough. Raise your blade if you're so tough. Loghain is the traitor killed King Cailan Ostagar. That doesn't help. Intimidate. Run to your false king. The dwarves will not hear him today. That's enough. Raise your blade if you're so tough.
I will at that. I'm a messenger of King Loghain.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
Yes. 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 Fuck him. All right.
All right.
Which one?
Begin the onslaught. Make a return.
Goodbye, Imrek. Goodbye. That was very satisfying. And I am glad I did that. That was very, very satisfying.
You've done me a service. That fool
Yes.
Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched?
Yeah.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
New quest, seek out Stuart Bandalore. Speak to the Lords of the Assembly. The leadership of Orzammar is chaos, is in chaos, I suppose. Addressing the Assembly seems like the likely place to start looking for a solution. The Chamber of the Assembly is in the Diamond Quarter. Taunus? We found Taunus, right? No. Yes, I did. Wait, does that mean I haven't picked the thing up? Oh, I did. Okay. All right.
Fair journeys, Warden.
Do you think there are miniatures of these in the city?
This...
I'd love to have some on my mantle.
Fuck. I hate to say this, but it is true. This controls so much better than the Solasta demo. Maybe... I think I know what the problem is. The Solasta demo could barely reach 60 FPS, so it kept it at 60, and this has 150. This is completely different experience. Holy shit.
They say the Darkspawn have left for the surface. Red, please, for the love of Paragons. If only you had come at a less troubled time. I'm off.
Can I not? Oh, I cannot get up there. Interesting. Oh, wait, why can I not take this one? A look at this one.
Yes.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter.
I have heard it is so strange, harsh, yet beautiful.
Yes, it's very
And have
grand.
you seen those tiny pig-like burrowing animals? They are adorable. I wish I could have one as a pet, but they must be hard to catch and...
I like having you as a pet.
Ignore me. I'm so silly sometimes.
I didn't
It's just good.
plan on speaking to her, but that was fine.
Want to be like her. She... Don't say that.
They all give the same codex entry, I suppose.
Get back to the forge. I want to see more details.
Yes, Mother. May the ancestors protect Branka, wherever she is.
Alright, let's read the codex thing. Codex? Creatures? Shriek. Scholars call these tall, lean darkspawn the Sharlock. Oh. I suppose that's an old one. Though they are more popular known as shrieks because of the ear-splitting cries they emit in battle. Many tales exist of soldiers being unnerved by the sounds of approaching shrieks. Cloaked in darkness and never seen until the moment they strike. As horrors of the night, shrieks are renowned for their incredible speed and agility as well as their stealth. They are the assassins of the Darkspawn, penetrating the enemy lines and striking the targets using long, jagged blades attached to their forearms to rip their opponents to shreds in seconds. They have been known to employ poison, often drawn from their own blood, and have demonstrated cunning group tactics when attacking in numbers even. Aravels. No, we had Aravels. This one. The Paragons. As I studied among the dwarves, I became aware that their social system was as rigid as the stone that surrounded them. From the lowest servant to the king of Orzammar, each dwarf has a caste, a rigid social standing which dictates what we may do and how he may do it. What fascinated me then was that the dwarves, stubborn and proud as they may be, have built in a way for even the lowliest dwarf to bypass the caste system and reach prominence. Any dwarf who has made an achievement of significance can be named Paragon, elevating that dwarf above all others. To become a Paragon is to be recognized as essentially a living ancestor. Your words are considered ineffable, and the dwarves liken you unto a god. Your family, those you choose to ascend with you, become the founders of a new line of nobility. Indeed, every existing noble house among the dwarf traces its line back to founding Paragon. It's a rare thing, however. In my visit, I learned that only one Paragon has been elected in generations, the Smith Branka, exalted for her discovery of smokeless coal. That is indeed a useful thing to find. I met the Paragon Branka only once during my stay, and I considered it an odd occasion indeed. Surrounded by those of her house, this ill-tempered woman was draped in the finest clothing and jewelry, and was obviously revered even above the highest nobles, perhaps above even the king. Yet she seemed to enjoy none of it. The burden of being a living legend is great, it appears. Statues of paragons are found throughout Orzammar, though nowhere so prominently than in the Hall of Heroes, through which one passes on entering from the surface. It is a breathtaking sight to behold, great works of stone all seeming to hold up the ceiling above. It's meant to impress upon visitors to Orzammar of all who have gone before, I think. It's also meant to remind dwarves going to the surface, and thus abandoning their brethren forever, of all they're leaving behind. Oh yeah, dwarves that leave to the surface aren't allowed to come back, right? King Endren Edokan. A denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as political technicality. Okay. Endren of House Edokan traced his ancestry back to the Paragon Edokan, the greatest warrior of Orzammar's history, who beat back the Darkspawn hordes in the First Blight. The second son of King Ansgar Edokan, he became heir after his elder brother died in approving. The most respected king in 4 generations, he restored contact with Kal Sharok, the only other remaining city of the once vast dwarven empire, which had been lost during the First Blight. Kal Sharok and Orzammar, okay.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is
Correct.
all a happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is, by its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
Key to the city. While the concerns have merit, the Assembly has made itself clear. Space within the Thaig is at a premium, but the intended function of the hall merits the additional resources committed. The statues of the Paragons must be the core of the Hall of Heroes. There is no other placement that so benefits dwarven interests. It is the first glimpse that surface ambassadors have of Orzammar. Introduction not just to our living ancestors, but also to the stone from which we were born. They must see its shape before they can understand the complexity of its raw form. The hall must also serve as a second purpose, as a last sight for departing brethren. Those who choose to leave must do so with the heavy gaze of their ancestors at their backs. It's a reminder of duty and consequence. We will promote all manner of trade, but also reinforce that those who leave for too long will return as strangers to the stone. You know what I just realized? An entire civilization underground. I don't know how much fresh air they're getting, but this cave must stink pretty badly.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these Dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Do not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Civil war it is!
Idiots. I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially...
Lord Pyrrell Harrowmont. No one is born with rights to the throne. The sitting king may recommend a successor, but the Assembly ultimately decides who will rule. House Harrowmont is one of the oldest noble houses, as old as Orzammar itself. And Rin's most trusted advisor, Harrowmont, is well known for being an able administrator and the author of many compromises in the ever-warring Assembly. Balin Edokan. This is time for action, not culture debate. Third of King Endren's children, Balin has always been considered the last and least of his family. Not the heir, nor the favorite, and not as accomplished as either sibling. Balin's most notable trait was its ability to stay out of trouble. If that was him, then he is in trouble now. Can't read the signpost?
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
The Blight is coming and I need Orzammar's assistance. Can the city function like this? Should get going. He's the captain of the guard. I just want to say, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not going to cause any trouble, but apparently I can't. The Blight is coming. I need Orzammar's assistance.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
Imagine me becoming a paragon. Sounds like Balin and Harrowmont are the ones to talk to.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulan Ferender from his estate.
Can the city function like that?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry.
I just realized that I would probably like to live in a place like this. There's no day and night cycle. The proving.
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate. The true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
I shall get going.
Yes, you should.
I don't like you, or rather, you don't seem to like me. Vartag Gavorn, speak to Prince Balin second in command. Prince Balin is one of the two men, blah blah. And I'm going to have a choice here, eh? And speak to the lords of the assembly. All right. Proving.
Going.
I guess I'll have to go through the proving eventually, right?
This is...
The city of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Shaperate, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. Okay, that's where I want to go. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway and where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. That is supposed to be an E, not an A. In the center of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, are the proving grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves, by ancient traditions, settle their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's casteless. On the other side of the river are the deep roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. Isn't that interesting? He just said the Blight is a surface problem. And the deep roads have been overrun by darkspawn for centuries. Doesn't sound like a surface problem to me.
It's huge.
Do you have any tales of the wilds?
None of the sort you like. No princesses in tall towers.
Key to the city. Wait. Oh, it's a new part. Pursuant to Order 5.1a, no dwarf of indeterminate case may conduct business in the commons. This was subsequently clarified by the assembly to mean that the owning and operating of stalls or kiosks is limited to those of identified and approved house names with traceable ancestor lineage of at least 3 generations. Exceptions include individual purchases of goods or services from established stalls or kiosks, provided the funds are presented at the opening of the transaction at the discretion of the stall or kiosk owner. That is so Nazi-like. Yeah, you have to be German and you have to prove at least 3 generations. I'm sure you understand the need to maintain strict quality control over all goods and services that flow through Orzammar, especially when we are making a concerted effort to encourage outside investment. The standards of Dusttown and that of the common brand are simply not sufficient. Your trade permit is hereby denied.
Or knights throwing themselves at whole armies.
That's not all I like.
Do you want tales
Not all.
of the chastened wilders who dwell in the marsh? Do you want to hear of the slow deaths they inflict on their enemies? Perhaps a tale of the poisonous creatures of the wilds that lay their eggs on your skin so their young may eat you alive when hatched? Or a tale of my mother's marsh cuisine? That, in my opinion, is the most terrifying.
No, I don't want to hear about those things.
Then I have no tales for you.
Ah, those two. I love them both equally. I don't know if I can even go in there, but let's check. Well, I can. No idea what good it does me, but you know.
Ah, the
Can you
highlight
believe
of
how many
underground
families are supporting
existence, I
Balin?
take it.
Proving fan. Oh god. I guess that's where we go later on.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to the Proving Arena. We're still closed until the fighters make their preparations, but come back this afternoon if you want to watch the show.
Sounds like fun. I come back. Then what's approving? What show? What's approving?
Oh, I forget you surfacers do things so differently. The Provings are where the best fighters in Orzammar prove their worth and the worth of their houses. Provings can also settle matters of honor. Whoever wins receives Valos Atreitum, the Ancestors' blessing. Whoever loses is deemed unworthy. All judgments in the ring are final.
And there's a proving happening today.
Prince Balin called a citywide proving this afternoon to honor King Endrin's memory. All the best fighters in Orzammar will face each other in sight of the Ancestors and win honor for their champions.
Sounds like fun. I'll come back then.
Enjoy our grand city.
I'll probably participate in the proving. Interesting bug. Lets me see over the walls of the chamber.
So... this thing you and him have going, doesn't that violate your vows?
What? What kind of question is that to just blurt out? What do we have going?
Yes, I'm that blind. I so totally did not see you ogling each other before.
He was not ogling me, was he? Was he really ogling me?
Now that you say it, I'm not sure. Maybe he wasn't ogling you. I don't know. I could always ask him.
You can't do that. Could you? You couldn't do that.
I could, but I won't. Next thing you'll have me pulling his hair and passing him love letters.
Just mind your own business. How inappropriate.
I should swap him out for Stan.
I'm here for you.
Ooh. What do you know of this place?
Glass holes carved from the stone of the mountain. Soaring ceiling.
Wait, we had that already.
Things and more.
Let's talk about something
I'm
else.
here for you.
We need to talk
Of course.
about us.
Wait, you want to talk about us? Is there something bothering?
Aww. You're the best thing that has ever happened to me.
You think so? You're so sweet.
I thought I could just kiss her. Oh wait, where's my approval? Come on. Can I just swap people out here? Whoop doo doo. Yes, I can. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do! Can I go back to my camp? No. Oh, that's fucking annoying. Let's put him in. Oh, reduces hostility. Okay, let's not do that then. Alright. Do I have another bow for him?
Oh, fashion.
And damnation.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
That should be more interesting than having Alistair with me, right? Oh wait, I should go back in there.
Going.
What level is Stan asking for a friend? 10. Alright, let's level him up, I suppose. The dwarves of Orzammar are quite unlike those found in most human cities. Although Orzammar derives its vast wealth from trade with the human kingdoms, all dwarves who come to the surface to trade are stripped of their position in society. Dwarven merchants are so ubiquitous in human cities that many people labor under the impression that all dwarves are merchants, or that their whole race worships coin and trade. But these surface dwarves are atypical creatures, the ones willing to give up all ties to their kin and sacrifice their rank in order to conduct business. Below ground, the dwarves are people obsessed with honor, their own and that of their family. Most nobles incorporate chainmail even into formal gowns, okay? Because slights and insults often turn deadly. They are people who revere excellence and strive to achieve it in all things. Even members of the servant caste have been elevated to paragons, usually posthumously, in recognition of remarkable service. Interesting. Oh, wait. I guess he's more than level 10. Guess he's level 12 now. What do? Sure, you get poison making, I suppose. Bravery. The warrior's unwavering courage grants bonuses to damage, physical resistance, mental resistance. Okay, sure. Proportionate to the number of enemies above 2 that the warrior is engaging. That sounds fun. Death blow. Disengage. Requires dexterity. Two-handed. Stunning blows. Character fondness of massive two-handed weapons means that each attack offers a chance to stun the opponent. Nice. Critical strike. Character makes single massive swing at the target, gaining bonus to attack. If the strike connects as an automatic critical hit. Nice. Shattering blows. Characters adept at destruction. Large bonus against golems, other constructs. Target's armor. If you can stand against the savage blows of a destroyer, every attack sunders the target's armor, reducing its effectiveness for a short time. The effects of multiple blows are not cumulative. Two-handed sweep. Character swings two-handed weapon through enemies in a vicious arc, dealing normal damage to those it hits and knocking them down unless they pass a physical resistance check. That sounds fun. What is he now, 11? Oh no, I just leveled him up to 10, interesting. And now he's 50 of 6,500, okay.
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail. At Jannar's we have everything from leather to platinum.
You know anything about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not
Wise
good for a
man.
Smith to get the
Oh, by the way, it's
attention of
election
those
day
who
here.
grant vendors' licenses. Lord Harrowmont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
Are you part of the Smith caste?
I, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a Fold and Tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself.
Just let me see what's in your store.
Of course. Keep in mind, we also take items on trade.
Do. I don't have much to sell. Oh yeah, I installed the mod, by the way. I actually managed to do it. Wait, this is not the correct thing. Anyway, armor. That's a shield. That's plate. I can sell the jug. No, I can sell the heavy plate, I suppose. No, this one is... Alistair needs to get that. Can Alistair use the shield? Let's check.
Blast and damnation. Blood and damnation.
Vashaden. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes. I'd say that's better.
Of
Vashaden. Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Now it's correct, okay. Then we can go back in and sell some shit.
A Trust Valar, stranger.
Eamon's shield, no! What can I do? Oh, I get it. This is Dragon Age themed armor. Wow. Commoner.
Ancestors, guard my son, for he is lost in darkness.
Yeah, we'll save your son. Where's your beard? You're not even a real dwarf.
For the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Who knows? Maybe they do. Who are you?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rock. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
What happened to him?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Yeah, separated. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. You want me to look for him?
No way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
And? I'm a Grey Warden, that's what we do.
So you could do it. Only wardens faced the deep roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers. Please, find me as soon as you return.
I should have asked about the other stuff first, I suppose. Classic mistake I make every fucking time. Wait, that's not... Oh, it is. Was just something in the way? So that I couldn't click it? What's that? Dust Town.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Huh. Your allegiance to this Balin is clear. Why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Some say Balin killed his father, do they?
Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
Let me see
I'll
what
take
you
your
have.
gold. You're good for that.
Thanks, I guess. Golden symbol of Andraste. Remarkable sapphire. Dragon Age Origins gifts. Remarkable sapphire is probably for sale, yes. Let's grab that anyway. And symbol of Andraste. It's for Liliana, obviously. Wait, no. Ellie King's Flagon. For Oghren. So Oghren is probably a dwarf, I guess. Silver Demon Head Ring. Silver Demon Head Ring. It's random, but whatever. It's not, doesn't cost much. And gold earrings is probably also, yeah, also generic. All right.
Oh, how dear of you.
She's adorable. And adoring, apparently. The case. Visitors to Orzammar should keep in mind that the hierarchies of Dwarven society are much more complex than our own. It's easy to gravely insult a man simply by mistaking his position. Since this can lead to unnecessary loss of life and limbs, I will attempt to mitigate the danger for my fellow travelers. The society of Orzammar is divided into nobles, warriors, smiths, artisans, miners, merchants, and servants. Now, you're undoubtedly saying to yourself, we have all those divisions among our own people. This is a dangerous misconception. Certainly, we do have nobility, artisans, merchants, and these positions are largely inherited from our parents. However, the younger children of noblemen often choose to be artisans or soldiers. The sons of merchants may join the army or become servants, or apprentice themselves to craftsmen. This is all freely chosen, limited perhaps by the circumstances of birth, but still chosen. What is a matter of choice for most human folk is dictated entirely by birth for dwarves. No one may become a smith who was not born to smith caste parents. A servant who marries a noblewoman will never be a noble himself, and although his daughters would be nobles, his sons would be servants, for daughters inherit the caste of their mother, while sons inherit the caste of their father. That is so fucked up.
Nature's blessing on you, brother.
May his divine spirit always... No, not very religious, sorry.
You look as if you come from the surface. I thought perhaps you were raised in the way of the Chantry. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth we hear this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Whose permission do you need? Don't dwarves worship the ancestors or something? Well, good luck with that. Let me know what it turns out. I will not help spread your lies. Whose permission do you need?
The Shaperate controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
The Shaper of Memories?
The Shaper of Memories controls the Shaperate, Orzamar's record system. Like the Chantry's historians, but more thorough. They track the births and lineage of every dwarf born in the city, every property sale, death in battle, marriage, or divorce.
If I bump into the Shaper, I'll be sure to mention it.
I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please, let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Stan disapproves. Oh, fuck you, Stan. I didn't take you with me to disapprove of everything I do.
Ugh, just do not buy anything, or touch anything, or sit anywhere.
Someone puked here. Barmaid, clean that up.
Hello, Nevin.
Afternoon, stranger. Looking for a stool to share a brew?
Who are you? You're looking for a fist to share your face.
Name's Naveen. Fight with Prince Balin's expeditionary field. Yourself?
I'm John, the Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, wardens. I was in the deep roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dukan, Dunka, something like that.
Yeah, Dugas. Thanks for the drink, but I should go. You knew Duncan?
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the deep roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
You work for Balin?
I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs.
That's the spirit. Who's your unit fighting?
Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live.
Never been in the deep roads.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the
Interesting.
as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
Who else is in the deep roads?
Lord Hieromon's got his own men there, all looking for signs of Bronca. Guess the city's
What?
getting to miss having a paragon. Everyone wants someone to put in charge.
Wait, Branka's gone? Who's Branka?
Bronca was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the deep roads more than 2 years ago.
Oh.
No chance she could have survived.
Interesting.
A lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This brew is starting to taste awful bitter.
Those who need to have a woman, just help them think, and if you want to see a dwarf whine and beg and plead, just power out all his ale and take away his mead. There's never been a paragon of wisdom or of thinking. And though I tried a time or two, I never got raised for stinking. But hang around here long enough and don't you go blinking. 'Cause someday I'm gonna be the paragon of drinking. Hello, Cora.
Atrust Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapsters. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
I'd like a drink, I'd like to hear a bit about the city. I'm just looking around. I'd like to hear a bit about the city.
So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Is there a place I should see while I'm here?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the castlists build their nest. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
I'd like a drink.
52 types of ale, 17 types of gin, a dozen imported wines. We should be able to serve your needs. What do you have?
A round of the best brew for myself in the house.
Someone's feeling generous. A round of Valentis Red for everyone.
I don't know what's that going to cost me, but...
Paragon of Ales. The best your money can buy. Enjoy.
Oh, just a silver. That's fine.
Told him I don't understand.
I'm coming! Hold
I think
on!
it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me.
Haha. Get fucked, bitch.
They're everywhere! I can't take... What? Get away. You'll change like the rest. Monsters hidden in all my friends.
Good news, I'm not your friend. What are you talking about? Is this Darkspawn corruption or just madness?
This thing's older than Darkspawn. And once you're in the story, they find you. See? I found copies. All from the same pen, and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie.
Unbound. The riders follow after every town ever since my lucky break deciphering the story. I see it now, how they take the locals closest to me, preventing rest or kinship. I thought there was a road to glory, but I am dogged at every step and by his talents. Gax can curse his name and the day I heard it. 3 weathered parchments with 3 versions of the same incomplete story. Excerpt. And when his kingdom fell, so disappeared the stolen riches of an age. The beast, the unbound, dormant until one of true spirit claims his throne. So must hunt the hero of his people, the principled who would search for ancient evil. This is how they can make a real difference. Scribbled in the corner, shaky hand. 3 pages, 3 ages, same story, updated, same as the tavern song but older. Signature torn on purpose, but compare and get Wilm Maiden and all from him? How? Okay. Okay, that seems totally normal. Lord Helmchen.
Lord Dennick Helmi, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
You know me, word travels fast. A controversial opinion for a dwarf in the assembly. Most humans treat people like you're caseless. Yeah.
But there are those like you who see this with concern, no?
Yes?
So I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
So you get to vote on the next king? How does the caste system work anyway? Oh, badly.
Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life. Whatever your skill.
So you get to vote on the next king?
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
I like that man. And as Louis Rossmann always says... Is it Louis Rossmann? I don't know. I think. No. It's Jim Sterling. It says corporations don't want don't just want money. They want all the money, and this man has a similar vibe to him, right? The people born into all the comforts always want more. Who are you voting for?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving.
Interesting.
Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that. And subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
I thought he wanted to, like, bring reform and stuff.
As you wish.
Dun. Guess they don't like me. I like how I accidentally attacked the leader. Whereas I usually take down the small ones first.
Let's do this quickly, shall we? Behind you!
The battle is finished.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
Also taller than your regular guardsman, I would assume. That sounds like a man with something to hide. Persuade, I'm John the Grey Warden. Why is that persuasion?
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity. Especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
I'd have to hear what you're asking. Sounds like I wouldn't approve your kind of opportunity. I'd have to hear what you're asking.
Human kings, you know, they make these ridiculous laws. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium, the sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate that. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so there's always buyers in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of a stone's weight. You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that lyrium instead, at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it, or, since you can travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring back his return order, I could pay you, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee.
You have a deal. 50 is a bit much when you've got no options. 40. Must be dangerous if you're paying so much. Must be dangerous if you're paying so much.
More so for someone like you, I guess. Most dwarves born down here have a natural immunity. Other races, there are problems if they spend too long with the ore. The real issue is that lyrium's valuable. It's only found down here, and human mages can't work without it.
50 is a bit much when you've got no options. 40.
You haggle like a merchant born. Deal. Here's the lyrium then. You probably don't want to take it out of the box. I'll be waiting for the next order somewhere out of sight. Say, just around the corner.
Lost 40 gold. Still have 52.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me, I swear.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside?
John, pleased to meet you.
My dad used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky.
No, that doesn't happen. You just have to hold on real tight with your feet.
When my dad left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh?
Do you know anything about the small rodents down here?
Nugs? Yes. They don't got much meat on them, but down here you can't be picky. Better than nothing.
How would I get one of these?
Nuggets. Lots of people sell them here in Dusttown.
No, I want a live nug.
What for? You going to cook them up yourself?
My friend would like one as a pet.
Yeah, I can find a nug for you. Could even get one from outside the city. Those ones in the deeps don't eat as much garbage. I don't know what they eat, but they always seem healthier, you know? Shiny coats, bright eyes. How much you giving me?
Ooh. 20 silver.
Real silver, huh? I'll get you a big one for that. Give me some time. I'll hunt him down for you.
Nice. Codex updated. Nug. Hip deep in mad nugs, our screams deafen their keenness, we will be nug poop. The nug is an omnivore common to the deep roads, a hairless creature that is almost blind as well as completely docile. It spends most of its time wading in shallow pools as well as mud pits, feeding on small insects, worms, and in a pinch, limestone and simple metals. Indeed, the digestive system of the nug is legendary, able to make a meal out of almost anything a nug finds on the cavern floors. Nugs reproduce rapidly, spreading into any niche within the deep roads they can find, and serve to support a variety of predators such as giant spiders and deep stalkers. So, too, do dwarves make meals out of them. Nugs are, in the poorer slum portions of Orzammar, one of the most common sources of meat available. Some dwarves even domesticate the creatures, claiming to find the creatures' high-pitched squeaks pleasing. You know, in Discworld lore, dwarves literally eat rats. Items received oh, that's the smuggled lyrium, not the pet, right? The smuggled lyrium is not a plot item? Interesting. Wait, did I get a quest from this guy? No. Can I just go out and back in and then he's back? Let's check.
Going.
I really want to knock now.
Yes!
Nope. Interesting. Wonder when and where we will find him again. Assembly directive? Your efforts have been exemplary, but these self-proclaimed cartels must defer to the assembly and restore order. Exclusion from caste and society is no excuse. Perhaps suggest that it would be a simple matter to march on the quarter, or simpler still, to withdraw infrastructure support. Tunnel breach would be most unfortunate, but current policy direction prohibits any deals that would legitimize cartel operations. Downward pressure on certain elements of our society has proven useful in shoring up the economy with an excess of affordable labor. Yep. Totally not a real-world issue. It also encourages enlistment in the Legion of the Dead, the one accepted path to partial redemption and a vital force in our weakening front lines. This model suffers when criminals create their own hierarchies with the alternative methods of social advancement. Every stone has a face that can't be carved, a side that must be earthward. We need their so-called dust town, but it would be inadvisable to include that in your negotiations. We have the utmost faith in you, Capt. The rest is obscured by bloodstains. Oh, there he is.
I got him. He's all squirmy, but he's a big fella.
Very well, here's 20 silver.
I knew you'd be good on your word. Nice doing business.
I saw I could give him 40 later down the line, but... Cute nug, gift.
Oh, it's one of those subterranean bunny pigs. Oh, look at him.
Aww. It's pretty cute, have fun. Carefully, Nips. I can't believe you wanted this dirty animal. Carefully, Nips.
He's probably just hungry. Oh, he's snuffling me. Snuffle, snuffle.
Oh, she's making a happy squeal.
You've made my day.
You're welcome. Plus 13. Would you look at that?
I'm here for you.
I need to get back to camp so badly.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezhda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple.
What about a generous king the face if you ask again? He's 5 silvers.
Well, thank you truly, my lord.
And
That's right good of you.
Stan and Morrigan disapprove.
Stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarters, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezda to fill?
No. How did you get crippled? Tell me about Dusthorn. Where's a body to get drunk around here? Actually, I was just leaving. How did you get crippled?
I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin. But you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in.
Holy fuck. Can they just get away with that?
I don't know where you're from, but in Orzammar, casteless have no lineage, so it's no crime to hurt you. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dust Town.
Wait, is that the symbol for castless? What do you mean by brand?
Means you don't exist. It tells everyone who sees you not to work with you, not to serve you, and not to care if you're hurt. The Deep Lords burn it into us the day we're born, so no one accidentally oversteps her place.
Fuck my life.
I'll just stay out of your way then.
Oh, they didn't disapprove. Interesting. That's closed.
Please, have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Why doesn't your son's father help you? Oh, get a job.
He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no, I can't bear to even...
Unless you what? Give up the child? What does your family want you to do?
My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
That's not how parents work. Is there any other solution? That's horrible.
I cannot abandon my baby. The Shapers teach that only children of true lineage exist, not those born casteless. But they never carried a child. He cries like any other infant, and smiles when he's warm and full.
Yep.
I can't kill him because of an accident of birth, an accident I forced on him.
Persuade, what kind of life will he have? Spare him that pain? Couldn't you just take your son to the surface?
I thought about that. They say there's no caste up there, that humans don't care about lineage. I've never met a surfacer, though. I thought it might not be safe.
Will be hard, but you can make a life there. You'll be fine up there. It's my people they look down on. Maybe I could reason with your family. Nah. You'll be fine up there. It's my people they look down on.
Strange that you would encourage me with one breath and be so bitter with the next. However you complain, you look well-fed and well-clothed. And that is more than I can give my son here. Thank you, stranger, for opening my eyes. Perhaps I'll see you next in the light of the sun.
I think that's for the best. Like, I'm not gonna argue with her family. She probably wouldn't even want me to do that. It's the last thing? Alright.
If I were tall and beautiful like you.
Tall and beautiful, eh? Let's just break into their home and take all their belongings, because why not? They're casteless anyway. Wait, where am I supposed to bring the smugglerium? Precious metals. Circle of Magi, okay.
All right.
What? Why is that a rubber thing? there's nothing new in there. As in, I'm too lazy to read it out. Interesting. So let's get out. I want to go outside and see if I can get back to camp from there. Because I still have that urge to get to the camp as fast as possible for some reason. I'm an idiot. I should have saved. So I could just reload if I can't go back. Well, let's drop a save here then, I suppose.
Why are you...
Better than nothing.
Excuse me?
Obviously you are no priestess, but shouldn't you be running a shop or a farm somewhere rather than fighting?
You think to tell me my place, Kunari? You are very brave.
It is not done.
But it is done. Do not be such a blind fool.
I speak the truth. It is not I who is blind.
Look around you then. You see women throughout this land, fighters and mages both.
That has yet to be proven.
Which, that they fight?
Either. Yes!
So I am...
Oh, fuck, it wasn't done. Whatever. Nice. I have some John gifts, right? Definitely have Shale gifts.
Ooh, shiny.
Oh wait, did I sell the gifts when I had inventory problems? I think I did. Fuck. Let's talk to him anyway. Bounces around you, barking excitedly. And pet. Oh, Schmoopels! Schmoopels! Schmoopels!
I'm here for you.
Oh my god. We need to talk.
Of course.
About us.
Wait, you want to talk about us? Is there something bothering you?
Just want to tell you how wonderful you are.
Really? You think so?
Why is there no kiss option?
I'm here for you.
Like there's no fucking...
Of course.
What will you do when all this is over?
I have not given this a lot of thought. What will I do? We've traveled far and wide. Does it need to end?
I would like to see the world too. It's so wonderful to hear you say that. I don't know if I'm interested in more death. It's so wonderful to hear you say
There's
that.
so much out there. Adventures to be had and stories to be told. I want to be part of it all. I might need some company. And you're not too irritating. You're welcome to come along if you like.
Not too irritating. I would love to. When you put it that way, how can I say no?
It is settled then. You and I wandering the world, seeking our fortunes. I can't wait.
But I can't smooch her! That's so irritating. Full fucking approval, I can't smooch. I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Actually, never mind. Apparently I don't have a question. Sorry. I thought I had a question, but I don't, apparently.
Yes?
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of...
Okay, apparently not. Apparently I want to talk about, discuss something personal.
So 'tis as good a time as any.
Oop.
Ah, such a romantic, I see.
Yeah, my actual girlfriend doesn't want to kiss me, so I have to kiss you. I'm sorry. So I get at least some smooching here. This, and this. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Activation. Upkeep. Upkeep 60, Indomitable. Though sheer force of will, the character remains in control of the battlefield, getting a slight increase to attack damage while being immune to stun or knockdown effects for the duration of this mode. Can I just, like, literally keep that on? Powerful swings. When this mode, the character gains extra muscle. Bonus to damage suffering, penalty to attack and defense. Nope. Don't want that. The rest... Oh no, that's sustained. Precise. Nice. Oh, that's closed. Interesting. Nug Wrangler.
I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dusttown. Guess I'm shutting it down.
I have one here that you can have. There's the only nugs I sent them your way.
Only need one to turn this around.
He's lost his nug. We find one of them and get him back on his feet. Okay. Can I just give him Liliana's nug?
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yes, give me a sec.
Greetings and welcome to Get. Wow, there are a lot of you, and I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
Nothing coherent.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore, or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein.
I thought the dwarves were immune.
Cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood.
Ah, okay.
Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging. Then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Aren't dwarves immune to lyrium's effects?
Of course we are.
But not if it gets in the blood.
Surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
So, working with lyrium made you crazy?
Not crazy, just a little forgetful. Don't worry, I'm fine when I work. Just look at my wares. I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold fire, ice, anything you want to put in it.
Let me see your wares.
Best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
Tome of Physical Technique. Tome gives the reader 1 point to spend on talent or spell, but is rendered useless afterwards. Ooh. I need to read more carefully what people offer. Golden Mirror and Gold Amulet. Golden Mirror. Oh, that's Morrigan. Nice. Give. Gold Amulet. Also Morrigan. Keep. Gemmed Bracelet is generic. Oh my god. $87! I read 17. 87 fucking gold, are you kidding me? Okay, I guess I'll do that once I hit level 12. What was I? Morrigania. Wait, gem bracelet is the... No, that's Liliana.
A fine gift. You have my thanks. What have you there? A mirror? It is just the same as the mirror which Flemeth smashed on the ground.
I know, I totally remembered.
It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something in return, certainly.
Just your undying love. Don't be ridiculous, it's a gift. It's simply a present for a beautiful woman. You could be a little nicer, I suppose. You could repay me. Don't be ridiculous, it's a gift. Simply a present for a beautiful woman. No, she's not. She's not into getting slimed on. Don't be ridiculous, it's a gift.
You say that as if I should be accustomed to such a thing. I have never received a gift. Not one which did not come at a price. I suppose I should say thank you for the gift. 'Tis most thoughtful. Truly.
There we go. We're getting there. Dun.
You look like you're not from around here.
Oh, yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
The Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
You're crazy. Dwarves can't do magic. You want to leave Orzammar?
I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will come the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
I guess that is a decent proposal. What would the message I get?
What do you mean? Oh, you're looking for payment. My father's shop refines lyrium for smithing. If you help me, I'm sure I could get you some.
Sure. I'll talk to the first enchanter next time I see him.
My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating.
She's such a nerd.
Once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child.
They probably still do.
Enthusiastic and adorable.
She's so adorable.
I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
I hope that once you reach... Morrigan approves! Oh, that's the other thing. Right? Yeah. I hope that once you reach 100 approval, it's locked in. Because you can't improve it, right? So I can't get plus approval from dialogues, but if I get negative approval, it still reduces it. And I hope... Oh, rather, I hope it doesn't reduce it, right? Anyway. I haven't been in here, right? Oh, I made it up to the Diamond Quarter. That makes sense. I mean, I guess I should go here before going down to the deep roads, right?
When the Grey Wardens would visit. Oh, the best evenings we had.
Oh look, another Helmi.
Politics. I'm almost surprised we haven't seen blood running these streets.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
That's all you have to say? Okay, sure.
Questions arise regarding Lord Balin's impending marriage to a casteless commoner. Favoritism to the casteless suspected.
Wow. Okay, I like this Balin, suddenly. Oh, that's less damage. Not too bad. But more armor pen. And more strength modifier. As tier 5 versus tier 3. Let's go with the tier 5 then.
It's been a while since we saw a Grey Warden. I bet they're avoiding Orzammar because of all
House Harrowmont. Alright, let's talk to the guy from House Harrowmont, I suppose.
Welcome to Lord Harrowmont's estate.
Obviously, we're not talking to the guy with the quest, right? At least not immediately.
House Harrowmont is honored to have you here.
Oh, that's nice of you. Just wait a second while I steal all your shit, please.
Yes.
Hello, Tercy.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
Sure, you do that. Journeyman Cold Iron Rune. Plus 4 damage versus undead. Cold Iron helps versus undead, I suppose. Letter from King Endrin. Interesting. My Lord Harrowmont. My guilt weighs heavily on me, and I know now that I was a fool. Only a fool would cut out his own heart and burn it for the sake of appearances. I allowed the assembly to send my child to exile and death because I feared an inquiry into Trine's murder would taint our house with a scandal. You have been my rock and my shield these long months ago, and for that I thank you. But I must ask for one thing more. I wish to discover if my child survived. Even the smallest trace will set my mind at ease. Send your men, your scouts, anyone who will go. Balin thinks I'm mad. He says that if word spreads of my wish, our house will be undone. He doesn't know that Aegican is already lost. I destroyed us when I sacrificed what was most precious. Please, Pyro, help me. I come to you not as a king, but as a father. Interesting. Very intriguing.
I'm here.
Oh, there's a cooldown! Okay, I guess I need to get into stealing as well.
I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
Honestly, it does start sounding like Harrowmont is actually the one the old king wanted as a successor, yes. I will treat your obliging Orzammar to aid against the blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
How can I prove I'm not working for Balin? What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly? Stop playing games. What do you want me to do? Denounce him publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
So, like me to enter the proving? Do you want me to find out why your fighters dropped out? Why would your assembly care who wins the tournament? Let's do that.
The proving is a contest of the best warriors in Orzammar. By fighting, they show who has the ancestors' favor. If you were to enter the proving as Lord Harrowmont's champion, it would prove your loyalty beyond a doubt. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
Interesting. I'll enter the proving. I don't want to start picking sides. I'm a little Harrowmont sent me on this run around. I don't want to start picking
But I'm
sides.
afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
Let me prove my loyalty by breaking into your study. I believe that is traditionally how these things are handled. But there's nothing to do here, presumably because I haven't taken the other guy's quest.
And I'm off.
Lady Days. Let's talk to Lady Days.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Mm-hmm.
Do. I should steal more. Wait, what's the cooldown on that?
Lord Harrowmont, said to have kicked Castless in the street. Does he respect none beneath his station?
Huh. Oh, apparently I stole something that's stacked with something I already had.
Just short people, they do rather like their buildings tall.
Can I even go in here? I guess it's not close to the public. Interesting. Suppose there are more of these around, eh?
Always attracting danger.
What?
Let's finish.
Look over there! I'm off.
You're drooling and save some dignity.
Going. What's going on?
Yes.
By the ancestors.
Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things. Thanks again, Warden.
Interesting that we found no evidence on them as to who sent them.
Yes. As you...
Okay, one downside of bringing him, he's way too fucking tall.
Going.
.2 on the dagger, eh? Many of King Endrin's belongings have been rushed to storage, including trophies of his long reign. Among the boxes, a small glass phylactery. The area is unnaturally cold. Dark shapes swirl around a slip of paper within the vial. Take it. Glass fractures at your touch. One of these again. When did I last save?
I am ready. Watch out!
Fuck. I think I should take aim. How about you? Can you take aim? Not really. Funny that Mori can add the level up here. Penalty to fatigue. Yeah, sure, whatever. Doesn't matter. Where was the thing with the... What was the staff thing? Oh, here. Gain shield, staff focus. Boop.
Huh.
Tevinter shield. Is that from the scrap of paper? The black vials. Binding the second corpse walker. Cast from your host, you might find no purchase on mortal ground. Bound by a true name is where's wanted to. The time is bigger, revenant perversion. Okay, that's what we had. Binding the fourth. You deny our dead their rest, and so you also will be hounded. Let the strength of our union bind you by your true name. Quamatha Karagat, revenant and perversion of an honored father. Though no spirit cage will undo what was suffered, and rest your hold to demon, bind your rage for eternity. Interesting.
I'm off.
Oh yeah, the Viridium dagger thing, I remember. Boop. .8, 5.6. Do. Where's the wisps? There's the wisps.
All right.
Dun. Dwarven Mace Steel. Love letter. Yay, another love letter. Dear Sir John, your administrations, while well-intentioned, hold no promise. Do not despair, for it is not you, it is of me. I require an interval to acquaint myself with the personage you awakened. I'm certain we can maintain an amiable accord, and that engagements with our mutual association will not be awkward. Aww. How can you do that to the poor man? Is that a thing that clicks? No. So far, only the one in the first chamber activates something, which is interesting to say the least. Throne room. They just let us walk in. Can I sit the throne? Caged in stone, the inscription is old and worn, overlooked by most as a carving detail. The beast is foreign, but the need is familiar. Home and hearth suffer beneath strength and strangeness. These new kin of this Ferelden are better as friends than strangers, so we resist on their behalf and work with their users to bind with the stone. They no longer fear their skies, and we further our trade above. Lured from above, cornered and corralled, three standing in position, a fourth signals the throne. Stasis for the beast, so long as a king holds the throne, so long as a king wills it held. That is concerning. Doesn't do anything here. Doesn't do anything here as far as I can see. Weird. This is a noble and that's a dwarven noble. Well, that's an interesting distinction. Orgrimmar Chamber Assembly. Let's go there last. The Shapered.
Going.
Also want to take a short break, make myself some food. And then I'll see you in 5, I suppose. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's see.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
I would. Because I don't give a fuck. Paragon Caridin vanished in the 11th year of the reign of King Velta, and with the Paragon, the entire process for golem manufacture was lost. Expedition was sent into the deep roads to track him, but the Darkspawn drove them all back. Finally, in the 2nd year of the reign of Queen Gather, 126 golems, the entire Legion of Steel, were sent to recover the Paragon. None returned. The Shaper of Golems refused to support any further attempts to find Caridin, and Paragon was officially declared dead. The Shaper had never recovered from the loss of an entire Legion of Golems, and never again allowed an all-golem regiment in the deep roads.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
She looks just like the lady that wanted to study in the circle. What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I could try to find
From
them.
the surface, what do you know about fighting Darkspawn? There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly or some great lord.
I'm a Grey Warden.
Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
I don't want to perpetrate this system of abuse, but, you know, if there's a reward to be had, then I can turn a blind eye.
A thief in the Shaper. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine.
Probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dusttown. They couldn't know the value.
Well, let's see if we can find that guy.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
And I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Very important work.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
What? Let's talk about Orzammar.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
How did the caste system come to be?
According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloadlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shotgyar founded the artisans. Orzatjar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
That doesn't explain why there are castes based upon that. What about the casteless? And while he's talking, I'm gonna go grab a drink, because I forgot to do that in the break.
The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young.
That system is so fucked up. I can't talk to someone who thinks that. No, it seems easy for you to dismiss them.
Their births are not recorded in the memories. In Orzammar, they do not exist. Is there something more pleasant you wish to discuss?
Tell me some of Orzammar's history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with Darkspawn.
What are the deep roads?
They were once our highways beneath the mountains. Now the Darkspawn claim them and few venture there, except your order, who enter the deep roads when they retire, so they can die slaughtering as many Darkspawn as possible.
How did you lose your golems?
Paragon Caridin, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the Darkspawn. One golem is worth 12 dwarves in battle, but Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
What's a Tig?
They are to us what a colony is to surfacers.
Where's Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Rightly so. Now, history is talk Orzammar again.
Mind if I can, Warden?
Oops, wrong button.
Recorded in the memories.
I didn't want to go.
I knew what significance it has. Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you?
I would like to permission to open a chantry here.
That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city.
I come on behalf of Brother Burkle, cleric of Redcliffe. One of Orzammar's own has returned to spread the chant.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
Cunning, the chantry's charities could greatly aid Orzammar. Nope. Doesn't help the one that have a caste. Persuade, what harm would it do to let him preach? Intimidate, would you rather wait for a human army to convert you? But the chant must be sung from all corners of the world. No, persuade, what harm would it do?
He seems a charitable man, but that is a thin thread on which to tie Orzammar's traditions. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more?
No.
I will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Silver-tongued, eh? Educated, used to tome. Persuasive, succeeded 5 difficult persuasion attempts. Silver-tongued, succeeded 25 difficult persuasion attempts. Crafted an item, crafted 25 items. Bully. Oh, intimidate. I guess I must intimidate people. Set a trap. Nope. Nimble, disable the trap, disable 25 traps. Pick the lock on the chest. There's also one for 25 pockets, right? No, apparently not. As the main character, inflict 250 damage with a single hit. Holy fuck. A rock in a hard place. Complete the golem and Honleith.
I'm off.
Search for the true prophet. Win. Alright, I don't have win yet. It's a win-win situation, badumts. I mean, sorry, I meant have I read this book? I don't think so, right? I am not, alright. Let's do some codex reading. Deep roads, and there isn't a dwarf alive who remembers the deep roads as they once were. They were the network of tunnels that joined the Tykes together. To be honest, it isn't even right to give them such a simple term as tunnels. Slowly dying here. They are works of art with centuries of planning demonstrated in the geometry of their walls, with the statues of the paragons that watch over travelers, with the flow of lava that keeps the deep roads lit and warm. The cloud gazers up on the surface talk of the imperial highway built by the magisters of old, a raised walkway that crossed thousands of miles, something that could only have been built by magic. Perhaps it is comparable to the deep roads, although we dwarves didn't need magic. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. The Darkspawn rule the deep roads now. When Orzammar sealed off the entrances to the deep roads, abandoning everything that lay out there, we handed over the kingdom that was to those black bastards forever. To think that there are Genlocks crawling over Baunamar now, tearing down our statues and defiling our greatest works. Corruption covers everything we build out there. Every dwarf who goes out and comes back says that it gets worse with each passing year. The fauna spread a little further. And the cloud gazers think the Darkspawn are gone just because they aren't spilling out into the surface. One day when Orzammar is gone for good, they'll find out differently. Those Darkspawn won't have anywhere else to go but up, and they'll do it. The surface folk will have themselves a blight that will never end. Legion of the Dead. Yes, Stone's greetings, friend. You will find ceaselessly in the Legion of the Dead. Much of the Legion of the Dead. The Legion accepts all. The Legion accepts all. So I was told by one of the Legionnaires himself, a dwarf who waited quietly at the entrance to the deep roads for the rest of his unit to assemble. They gathered slowly, each equipped with heavy armor and fine weapons, each painted with grim tattoos applied at their funerals the night previous. For that is the nature of the Legion, they are all dead. Any dwarf may join the Legion as long as he is willing to give up everything he has. The funeral rites are somber. Final goodbye is said to family and loved ones. Any material goods are dispersed to heirs and last words are said, and then it is done. The new Legionnaire marches out into the deep roads, never to return. The Legion fights against the Darkspawn to the last, striking one final blow against the monsters that have claimed so much of their homeland. Aren't they just feeding them more troops? Many join the Legion to clear the slate. Criminals join to avoid punishment. The dishonored join so that their houses and families need not suffer on their behalf. The bankrupted join so their debts might be forgiven. A very few join for a last chance at glory, but the Legion takes them too. This group hopes to reach the fabled fortress of Baunamar, once the Legion's home, associated with the greatest of the Paragons. Baunamar is a holy place. It's lost the last great blow against the Dwarven kingdoms, and its recapture would be a glorious signal to all of Orzammar. But capture it or not, all of those warriors will die in the deep roads. It is a sobering thought, and I now know why the dwarves say the Legion's charge is the battlefield's most frightened sight. They have nothing left to lose. Orzammar politics. As dangerous as it is to mistake a dwarf's caste, it is far more deadly to mistake his alliances among the noble houses of Orzammar. Everyone in the city is allied with someone, whether by blood or by word. The nobles do not engage directly in commerce themselves, as that is the domain of the merchant caste, but they do serve as patrons. They invest in shops or in artisans' work, and in return recap a share of the profits, as well as a measure of the credit. Merchants and warriors alike benefit from the service of a prestigious patron. The relative power of each house is ever-changing, and it's usually safe to assume that whichever noble house holds the throne is at the top of the heap. But below that, things grow into a tangled mess. Houses ally with one another by marriage. They earn rank and prestige when combatants loyal to them, or from their own bloodlines win provings. They earn it when artisans they patronize become sought after or well regarded, or when the merchants they invest in become successful. The degrees of power that these achievements confer are so murky even to the dwarves that it isn't unusual for nobles to challenge each other to provings over whose myth forges better belt buckles, or whose servants have the best manners. Nor is it out of the ordinary to find two merchants arguing over whose noble patron has won the most acclaim, for the rank of the patron is the rank of the client. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the assembly, where the dashes, representatives of each noble house, meet. Although the king technically rules Orzammar, kings are elected by the assembly, and so each king must work constantly to maintain the support of the dashes. Kings who prove unpopular find their heirs deemed unacceptable to inherit the throne. Power then passes to another house. Dwarven faith. The Ten of Light is almost never heard in the halls of Orzammar. This is hardly surprising, for unlike the elves, who were literally abandoned by their gods, or the Tevinters, who worship dragons, the dwarves have no gods at all. Even the concept of worship is foreign in Orzammar. Instead, the dwarves seem to venerate the stone, a name they give to the earth itself. This seems practical for people living underground, if perhaps a bit unimaginative. For guidance in spiritual matters, they turn to their ancestors. These ancestors, who are said to have returned to the stone, communicate their wishes to the living via brutal trials by combat called provings. The ancestors' collective wisdom is maintained by the Shaper, which can apparently store records in Lyrium itself. So above the ancestors, above even kings, are the Paragons. Dwarves who have achieved such greatness that they are elevated almost to godhood. These are the great figures holding up the hallway that leads from the surface, the first glimpse of Orzammar that outsiders see. In praise of the humble Nug, I once served a human some Nug, and he proclaimed that it was like eating an unholy union of pork and hare. The idea disturbed him so much that he declined to finish his serving and made himself content with some stale bread. I mean, pig and hare sounds like something that would work. Of course, this only goes to show that surfacers, human or otherwise, have tragically unrefined palates. The Nug is surely the most delicious animal I've ever tasted. Only dead men would not salivate at the thought of a tender morsel of roast Nug melting in his mouth. The Paragon Varan, although his house has fallen, shall always be remembered for discovering the wonders of Nug flesh. Admittedly, it was discovered only out of desperation when he was separated from his legion and lost on the deep road for a week. But we won't hold that against the good Paragon. While Nug pancakes and nuggets, my own children love these, are the Nug dishes one encounters most often, Nug can be prepared in other interesting and elegant ways. The late King Enscar Edocan adored Nug, seared on a hot metal plate and finished in the oven, and dressed in a cream sauce flavored with a deep mushroom. Oh, that sounds delicious. You must be careful when using the mushrooms from the deep roads, because they often grow close to darkspout bodies. They say that this is what gives them their unique flavor and intoxicating scent, but it also means that consuming too many of them may result in curious afflictions of the mind. Traditional dwarven folk songs. Nug sits in the mud. Nug wiggles his ears. You catch the Nug, he slips away. Nug gets to live another day. Nug sits in the mud. Nug wiggles his toes. You hook the Nug, he slips away. Now the Nug runs off to play. Nug sits in the mud. Nug wiggles his nose. You tickle the Nug, he loves away. And now the Nug sits on my plate. Alright. Sure. The Shaper's life. The blessing of the Shaper is giving only to those who walk with a stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure. But those who desire to work in memory must find honor. Who desire to work in memory must first honor it. Document the stone, protect her, and present a new history to the memories. Only then will the blessing of the Shaper be upon you. Interesting, interesting.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartak Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
I need aid against the Blight, you know who I am. This treaty obliges Orzammar to send troops to the surface. Who's Prince Balin? Have nothing to say. Dulin Forrender asked me to fight in the Proving today. Let's start with the treaty.
Ah, ancient documents indeed. These were signed in the reign of Eithnar Bimo, Paragon and King. That was 16 generations ago. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
How about I can become king? Is there some way I could help? Can I talk to Balin? Battling the Blight is more important than politics if I don't have... is there some way I could help?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrowmont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
I thought King Andrew himself supported Harrowmont.
That hurts worst of all. That Harrowmont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be.
What must I do?
Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
What kind of evidence?
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where did you get them?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
Isn't there someone you could report him to?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin.
Okay.
Obviously, we cannot expect him.
Obviously. Well, I'll find them, because
Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much.
if he lied,
Lord Helmy's
well, that's on him, right?
likes to spend his time at Tapster's in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
The Assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I send in more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough!
Is that Balin? If yes, I don't like him.
Until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Interesting.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
You don't recognize the Grey Warden? Let me guess if it's Balin. You don't recognize the Grey Warden?
Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the Gate Guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
A blight is coming. Is there any way I can break the stalemate? So who has the authority to aid me?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you. Warden, I'm afraid the Assembly is still locked in debate. What can I do for you?
Is there any way I can break the stalemate?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself.
So yes, there is a way to break the stalemate by assisting one of them.
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrowmont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture.
I still haven't decided. Wartok wants me to tell people that Harrowmont is a cheat.
That you spoke to him even after our discussion is not reassuring. So have you decided to earn my lord's trust, or will you throw your lot in with the snakes?
Haven't decided.
Proving starts this afternoon.
Legion of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Balin's colors. Our prince has Orzamar's deadliest warriors behind him.
House Edekin, Shield of Orzammar. The Assembly's never named the Paragon with so little disagreement as there was for Paragon Edekin. No naysayers, only a single abstention. His worthiness was unquestionable, his favor with the ancestors clear. But family rumor says that the man himself was deeply troubled. Prone to fits of melancholy and self-doubt, never satisfied with his great achievement in protecting Orzammar. He died cursing that he had not managed to save the outlying takes. Before he rose to Paragon, he was of little note. The memories tell us that he never entered a single proving, never sought to elevate his place among the warrior caste. He spent most of his years prior to the First Blight fighting skirmishes in the deep roads, keeping them free from service bands, content to live quietly with his wife and daughters. When the Blight began, it caught Orzammar in the midst of a vicious inter-house war. Most of the warrior caste was caught up in the feuding for as word of a tax poured in. Each great house demanded that the army be sent to defend their take, and no house would agree to sacrifice their own holdings for the safety of any others. The assembly was so utterly tied up with the infighting that the Darkspawn spread unchecked to the gates of Orzammar herself. In the chaos, Edekin grudgingly took command of the armies. He enlisted the aid of the mining caste to collapse overrun passages, called upon the smith caste to supply them with arms, and bypassed the assembly and the nobles entirely. With his leadership, Orzammar was saved from annihilation. For his insubordination, he was made a paragon, yet he always considered it a defeat. Yeah, it was, right.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
You might want to look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Where is he?
He is leading a Deep Roads expedition
Ah.
to secure an ancient Tig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
Yeah, I'll go tell them.
Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Good luck.
Oh, so I need that anyway. My logic for doing that instead of reproving is that I was going to explore the deep roads anyway.
Lord Balin suspected of personally defacing statues of the Paragon.
You have come at a difficult time.
So, essentially, I'm not gonna have to do something extra. Whereas helping the other house would be would involve doing the proving, which I otherwise wouldn't. Your efforts have been exemplary. No, we had that. It is agreed that no rules of procedure were explicitly broken, but a 5-day filibuster is nonetheless worthy of the censure. Division of House Gorosmote property was deliberated for a full session and forfeiture of the southern estate deemed a necessity. Since the birth of young Kate necessitates his elevation to noble status, and it is unthinkable for a noble's family to live in the slums, it is the responsibility of the father to accommodate the placement of his family. It is not possible to simply generate new space in the damaged quarter without compromising Take's structural integrity. Lord Dace's comment that, if Lord Gorosmote didn't want a new heir, he shouldn't have slummed for a concubine, was indeed inappropriate, but the proper procedure for the resolution through proving was followed. Both parties agreed to accept this retraction, and that matter is considered separate and closed. Well, true words have been spoken there. Don't want to find out? Don't fuck around. Yeah, that leads to the deep roads, right? Oh, look at that. The Shaper's life. Orzammar has carved a legacy from stone, but history is more than the comings and goings that fill the streets. These caverns are old cuts and well-traveled. The true will of the stone is revealed far from the halls of politics and commerce. The Shaper must step away from the familiar and seek out revelations from the frontier or buried secrets from paths abandoned. The Shaper must first walk away if he is to return. Wait. Save first. You wrangle the Knack into a box. Nice. Well, that wasn't even far from the quest giver.
Go on, I'm out of the Nug game. Got nothing to sell.
Got a Nug for you.
I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Interesting. I suppose there are more then.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia's not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
Getting myself into trouble again.
All right. This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Get out of here. This is private business.
What's going on? Looks more like extortion. Is this man threatening you?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
Intimidate, take a good look. Do you really want to start this? The Carta? That sounded like a threat. I risk it. The Carta?
You really should learn more about the places you visit. The Carta is the foundation of business in Orzammar. It's a commercial venture of like-minded individuals who make money in whatever way suits their talent.
Interesting phrasing. Or Gang of Thieves running a protection racket.
Protection racket. I say honorable business. You say thief. I say dead elf.
Take a good look. Do you really want to start this?
Whoa, whoa. All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Just one sentence earlier, you talked about a dead elf. Isn't it ironic?
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
I thought you didn't want me involved. You could start by letting me look around the store. What do you know about this Javia?
I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endron died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin.
What do you know about Hakata?
A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're
I doubt that, but...
and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable.
They're children as well, you go that far?
Their births are abominations. They were born from no Kalna, with no acknowledgement by the Shapers. They are destined to be criminals. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm grateful for your help, but I don't think we have any more to talk about.
You little cunt.
Do you have something more pleasant you wish to discuss?
Yeah, show me your shit.
The lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Sure. Remarkable emeralds. Probably can't even romance that guy.
Yes. Ooh, shiny. Pigeon crab.
Yes.
Indeed.
That is the tavern, right? Nope, it's not. Wait, why am I talking to Jenna?
A Trasvala stranger. Here for armor or conversation?
Do you have a daughter named Dagna?
Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
I'd like to help her study with the mages.
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
I am so not gonna do that. Speaking of the devil...
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and 4 days minimum to make the journey to the Circle Tower. I'm guessing you haven't left yet.
Not leaving Orzammar until this election is resolved.
Well, I've waited 19 years. Another month won't kill me.
That's the spirit.
I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun in Orzammar?
I have news. Harriman's double dealing you in Lady Days.
Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And we'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day.
Why vote for Herman if he didn't want the land?
I actually thought he was the better candidate. You must think I'm pretty soddy naive, huh? They're all the same, well-dressed, blood-sucking cave ticks. I'll have to inform Mother that Lord Harrowmont hasn't bought our vote after all.
Yes.
I wonder if I can just do the proving anyway. That would be funny.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper.
He agreed to let you hold prayer meetings.
Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
I'm like, I hear squeaking. Wait, I haven't been in here.
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell.
This doesn't look like a store.
Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know what I mean. It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money.
Have some spare equipment while you give me.
Why don't you take a look? You're back. You got more business for me?
Suspicious door, eh? Appears to be made of solid stone. There are no visible means of opening it. Close inspection, there's a small slot concealed. Just big enough for a finger. Look down the slot. You see nothing but blackness. Huh. Maybe she could tell me.
Get enough of the architectural beauty of Dusttown? You need
Tell me about
pretty
Dusttown.
much as you see it. The raw stone, you're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll...
Oh, let's try in here again, I suppose. Nope. Still need to find that thief.
That Jarvie is a dick.
Bald head garish tattoos.
Dangerous one.
You got a crust of bread to spare?
This guy? This guy.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
Looking for a thief.
Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Yes!
Proving receipt. Losing betting receipt. Current in anger. These are only printed in the proving grounds. Guess I'll have to look there now. Yo, the news something about the Jaria.
Well, if it isn't my new best friend.
Nope. Haven't made it to the tower yet. And won't for quite a while. Although that is my next destination, right? So there's that.
So, you truly do not believe in any sort of higher power?
It has been bothering you, I see. No, I do not. Must I?
What do you believe happens to you after you die, then? Nothing?
I do not go to sit by the Maker's side, if that's what you mean.
Only those who are worthy are brought to the Maker's side. So many other sad souls are left to wander in the void, hopeless and forever lost.
And what evidence of this have you? I see only spirits, no wandering ghosts of wicked disbelievers.
It must be so sad to look forward to nothing. To feel no love and seek no reward in the afterlife.
Yes, the anguish tears at me so. You have seen through me to my sad, sad core.
Now you're simply mocking me.
You notice? It appears your perceptive powers know no bounds.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. That is someone who's not called Proving Fan.
Watch for Piotr Naidukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record.
Alright. Isn't that nice? I guess you've watched a lot of Provings then.
Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean.
Have you ever fought in one?
Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior.
So you're a coward. What are the rules?
They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets.
So the Proving is just a tournament.
Like King Endrin was just a noble. A proving is a sacred art. Any dispute brought to the proving ground is settled by the ancestors' decision, and no one can protest it.
Isn't that nice? Now, if you'll excuse me.
Telling you, Piotin will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
So I guess he didn't give it to that guy. Oh, there's another guy with a name.
If you're looking for seats, speak with a guardsman. If you're looking for seats, speak with a guardsman.
We're opening the roster in a few hours.
Oh, isn't that fucking great?
Harrowmont's men are gonna get their beards handed to them.
Wouldn't it be great if Balin fought Harrowmont in a proving for the throne?
That would be funny, yes.
Can you believe how many families are supporting
Can't
Balin?
wait to watch Piotin fight. He's so accomplished.
Oh, now this door is open. And this door is open. Oh, isn't that interesting? The Proving. Valos Atrudum, in the 23rd year of the reign of King Ragnar Edokin, an old man of the servant caste was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer, Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, he and his family thrown to the streets, and soon after the servant died. And the son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of a cruel injustice and the ancestors would bear him witness. Lord Dace had no choice but to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the nobleman faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword crafted for his own hand and was clad in his great-grandfather's armor. The servant boy had neither armor nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deep stalkers, flinging himself upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand and prying at his armor with bare fingers. The boy knocked Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged for mercy. That's improbable. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in the Dace household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken and no one would question their word. Interesting, nonetheless. Miaya.
This is a private area. Combatants only.
Rite of Singe. I think it's this one, right? The restriction of your authority is a temporary consideration, not a verdict imposed lightly. It simply feels that efforts to maintain the sanctity of the proving have faltered. There's a gentleman's contest where future generals and respective veterans display their skills. It's intended to be inspiring and remind the lower castes why their leaders lead. We acknowledge the usefulness of a forum for the settling of honor debts, and concede that the occasional defeat of a noble can serve as appeasement, provided it is by a peer and the contest is properly adjudicated. Extending this practice to lower castes could prove a dangerous and barbaric precedent. We have already seen the disruption that an unauthorized fighter can cause. The recent Bran incident and similar incidents should be discouraged with all possible prejudice. Interesting. Now I want to learn about that incident.
Go away. I don't talk to admirers until after the fight.
Hello, Piotin.
Remove this intruder.
Fuck you too, asshole. A fixer, eh?
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before my fight.
Wooden.
Sorry, I was just leaving.
You don't look like you're leaving.
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told it's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action.
Interesting. Informal, you mean illegal?
Assembly restricted, not illegal. All that ritual lets nobles rationalize it's not a blood sport. They don't like commoners using the arena for petty squabbles. Some of us prefer an honest spectacle. And sometimes someone needs a good beating, and all that talking gets in the way.
I'm game.
Say the word and I'll line up a team from one of the younger houses. They don't often get a chance to test themselves in the provings. They're a hungry bunch who employ unusual tactics.
Understand that there's no concern for fairness here. Your battles will be hard won.
Who am I facing? What do I get for it?
Younger houses are interested in unorthodox tactics. Many hire mercenaries to augment traditional strengths. Anything goes is a fair description. We give small payouts, maybe a bonus from time to time, but this isn't about money.
Yes, it is.
Skill and the chance to show it.
Come back for some action later. Save.
Ready for some unofficial training?
Set me up with a team battle.
Fighters ready to go.
Looks pretty easy to me so far. Stan could probably solo these fuckers. I need to make more poultices.
Now this should be fun! All right,
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts. Let me know if you want to go again. I'll be...
You... Dude. No, not this.
Ready for some unofficial... We've got some...
time!
I shall do it.
Try that again!
You shall try what you
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts.
It is done.
back!
Oh my god! I have not paid attention to that.
Right away.
For the health. That was a mistake. Oh my god! Guess it's just me and my girlfriend. Me and one of my girlfriends. Oops. Wrong button. Holy shit.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts.
I'll come back later. Like, after I filled up. Cunning, doesn't matter. Liliana. Dexterity, that matters.
Ready for some unofficial...
Shit! I didn't wait until Stan was healed back up.
Ready for some unofficial... We've got some...
I see.
Nice try! Your word.
It's your time to die then.
Too fast for you.
Make a preserve.
Oh, you'll have to.
No mercy. Begin the onslaught.
All right, I'm game.
That's a bit late to start being indomitable, my friend.
Fighters some valuable lessons. It will take some time before they are ready to challenge you again.
Blood ring. There are clear signs that this ring was made in the Tevinter Empyrean. It's covered in dragon motifs for one thing, and it gives anyone who wears it a slightly uneasy feeling for another. But beyond that, very little is known about it. Warriors of House Ivo took this ring in the Blessed Age from the hand of a madman. Suffers a mage who had wandered into the underground and attacked Lyrium miners near Orzammar. From there, the ring changed hands many times, until its history had been lost and the dwarves no longer remembered how it had ever come into their hands.
Take this, with my thanks. Good work, Warden. You're amazingly skilled.
I am so close to a level up.
Get out of here! You looking at something?
Yes, your ugly fucking face. Fine then, ignore me, I don't care. Greetings, I'm John of the Grey Ones.
Hanashan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone.
Then I'll go find a more friendly reception elsewhere. What other Silent Sisters were you? What are the Silent Sisters?
They're an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor.
Who are you?
I am Ferindin. I serve as Hanashan's trainer and translator. As a Silent Sister, Hanashan cut...
Yeah.
As you might imagine, she requires my services for more mundane tasks.
Whose side are you two on?
The Silent Sisters support the sitting king. They are loyal servants to the Idukans.
So, Balin then. They made both our efforts triumphs. You should consider who you call king. I'm on my own side.
Then you have lost. Even in the ring, every man and woman brings an army if people support them. But she who fights without cause is only training.
That's an interesting opinion / point of view, or whatever you want to call it. But it's not wrong, right?
We have nothing to talk about, Warden. I haven't done a thing.
Time!
Okay. Level up! Volume of Shaper history. Who the thunk?
This deal was all their making, Warden. Technically, I haven't done anything wrong. We have no business. Unless you want to make a few coins. Not that I'm suggesting anything. But you're holding the prize now.
You don't care who gets... Who... Huh? You don't care who you get the Shaper Tome from? You know what? I take the deal. I should shut you down hard.
Yes, well, I'll keep my nose clean until you're long gone. How about that? I'm just a businessman.
I want to kill him.
Exploit opportunities. I won't get in your way.
Can I please kill him?
We have nothing to talk about, Warden.
Apparently I cannot. Ooh. Yes, please. Nice. You, milady, can get more decks. And I suppose at this point, expert combat training, right? Captivating song. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Do I just bring this back now?
I am led to understand that the Qunari have their own mages as well. Is this so?
You would not understand.
Not to understand? Is it mental capacity that you believe I lack? Or are you worried I will sympathize with my so-called brethren?
Take your pick.
Is that supposed to make me angry?
It means I find myself wishing that your people held proper, civilized attitudes towards...
That is a rather hostile thing to say.
And yet you continue speaking. Astonishing.
Those two. It's even better than Morrigan and Alistair. Though I'm starting to think that Morrigan plus anyone is funny to witness.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, undoubtedly to offer
Undoubtedly something something.
New offensive is required against the Darkspawn, says Lord Balin.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time. At least someone is willing to step.
Giving him that didn't even give me XP, I feel so cheated.
News of the hour. 2 more clans endorsed Lord Balin as the new king.
Lord Harrowmont is the voice of tradition and stability.
Yep. I am a fan of Balin over Harrowmont, I think.
Yes.
Oh, fuck off. I guess it's time to go to the deep roads, right? Oh wait, I should give this man some of his things back. Some more nuggets.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. You're the best wrangler. You're the best. I trust Vala, my nug-wrangling friend.
12 silver each. That's not that much.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And
Oh, isn't that a
of any new
coincidence?
patrols scheduled to leave today.
Why do you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
Surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except to...
Except during blights. And
Yep.
sisters save us if that's what's happening.
It is. Will you let me
Into the
pass?
deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesha's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored
I
guests.
have permission from Lady Days.
Your seal there. Well, the roads are yours. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads.
That's what she said.
Finally have the edge, which I doubt.
Yeah, blah blah.
Beasts are
I should
building
go.
up.
Cut to Kalsharok. 1155 of the Tiberman will be known as a year of painful decisions, but we cannot waver. The 35th phase is the greatest we have known. We are overrun, all trace of the ancestors' glory will be undone. Orzammar must stand, and it must stand alone. Harmai, Kalsharok, Gundar, we have lost contact and must assume they are lost to the Horde. We must seal the weakest link in our defense, the deep roads that lead to our fallen brethren. I have ordered our finest demolitionists to place the charges. I ask that each of you think of those we have lost. They served as the warning that spurred us to action, and I know the stone will embrace them. They are the foundation of our survival, and they will not be forgotten. From a proclamation by High King 3stone. 200 years, Kalsharok lives, your stone-forsaken deep lords. There's no greater hatred than a brother at your throat. Graffiti, author unknown. Oh my god. There's like at least 4 locations down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 5, 6, maybe. A bunch. Well, this is collapsed, I suppose. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. Question. Do do dun do do dun do do dun dun do dun do do dun do do dun. No, I can't get past that. Okay. Because on the map it looks like I can go here, but I cannot. Oh, that's probably from the down below thing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
All
So be
right. I go. All right.
I tried to be
Ow.
So be it.
probably don't want to stay here. Huh. It's centered on her.
I see.
Oh well. I'm too lazy to walk out of the way then.
It's done. Right away.
All right.
All right.
That happened.
Yes.
So be it.
Yes, of course.
Be careful! Another battle, I see.
I'll try to be merciful.
Look over there!
It is done.
Yes.
It shall be as you say.
It's going.
Here they come. Very well.
Of course. Let's end this.
Watch the fireball. Okay, no fireball. Good.
Sometimes you will learn to fear me.
All right.
Here comes trouble. All right, battle it is then.
Yes.
I'll do it.
Oh.
Right away.
Now we get our hands dirty.
The battle
So
is
be it.
finished.
Black runestone. Black runestone. Gifts for Alistair. Interesting. Bag of limbs of a demonic creature. Asunder. The ritual was very specific, as such things probably should be. Torso, head and limbs spread amongst the deep roads to prevent the creature from returning. Looks like they died during the cutting, but we can fulfill the last part in their stead. Not familiar with their own ritual, why would I be? But it seems pretty straightforward. Scribbled in the corner, never even saw the thing, but I thought would take care of it. Sawed it, and this bag of legs. So I'm gonna have to spread the body parts everywhere now. Is that the idea? Is this actually the way forward? Potentially. Potentially.
Here I am.
Shall be as you say.
I'm
Very
home.
well.
All right. Going.
So be it.
If you insist. Too fast for you. Let's do this quick, shall we?
Here comes trouble. Let's make this quick. Delightful. As you like.
Oh, time to play.
Pulling the entire map again.
I tried to be merciful.
Go. Point me.
Right away.
Yes. Huh.
Kind of looks like this was actually the way forward.
I shall do it.
How about you then?
Yeah. Deep Stalker. A fool trusts his eyes. A wise man fears every rock as a deep stalker. Dawn saying, possibly the strangest of all the creatures found in the deep roads is the deep stalker. Tespadam, as the dwarves call them, hunt in packs, generally by burrowing underground and then striking when their prey is in the midst. Stalkers come in several types. Spitters have venom glands and can spit secretions that slow or injure their prey. Jumpers hurl themselves at their targets, knocking them down and making the kill easier. The most common variety scares its prey, leaving the unfortunate victim helpless against the rest of the pack. Interesting. I think that a little scare isn't that bad. Do 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 do.
Saving the day.
Watch out.
It shall be as you say.
Over there.
Very well.
Yes.
Now this is oh, look! Yes.
Hopefully you do not fight as poorly as someone else.
It is done.
Quick! Too fast for you!
Is that all you got?
I
Shall be as you say.
What do I do against the curse of mortality? Take spirit damage over time, unable to heal. There's nothing I can do about it. He just keeps psychic damage until he dies. Or until the effect is over.
going.
Oh, we're battle tyranny.
Oh, good thing it's over.
Healing would be helpful now.
Shut up.
Yes.
Oh, that why that turns off. Doesn't work with the ranged weapons. Can't make it up there, I think. Nope. Now, I'm no longer certain that this isn't the correct quote-unquote way to go. But in any case, I will have to stop here, do some chores, and then my boys will arrive. Anyway, I'm still having fun with this very much. I hope you do too. Yeah, I might stream the rest of this to YouTube exclusively so I can do 4K. Also, Twitch is a bitch. Yeah. Wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you. Time zone appropriate. Farewells and